We're back. I was saying to Giggle, we're going funky hair today. Yep. It was throw up. It's really like it's a throw up. Yeah. Okay. We're here to do the twin flame update. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium, twin flame, soul coach. The sale's coming down today. So if you haven't booked one by the in the next 4 hours, the sale will be coming down directly after the session. We have a sale on the twin flame bookings, the telephone bookings, the weekend bookings. It ends today. FYI. Separately, we do have mid-month and drops every week. So don't forget to check if you haven't seen your star signs to support the channel. Go through. If you don't support the channel, channels don't survive. Pretty much the gist of it. I'm all good either way. Hi, Stella. So I was laughing when I was having a chat this morning with my key moderator on the channel. Big thank you to Giggle Glimmer. She's been a wonderful support over the years. As for others, yes, obviously you have been. Let's see what's coming up here. That's about right. Okay. And what's Amy Winehouse came up? Try to make me go to rehab. Yeah, it's like we're trying to go through a detox. This detox can be quite purgatory. And I did say this a few weeks ago. I'd really been mentioning this last year, especially with the coaching sessions. It's like, if you're going to start feeling the pressure, okay? And it is like the way that I described it is because in the ascension, in the awoken energy that we're going through, particular people further back in the journey, the unwoke theoretically, which will be the collective, more than likely they're going to find this energy heavier. But generally the twin flame community will feel it first and then the others will feel it later. Now, later in the year, we are having our nodes move, and the node is an energy point. It's a mathematical point. It's kind of the energy at a point in time, and it gives you the resonance of what the things can be in that 18-month cycle, and that's going to be the North Node in Aries. And we have had Chiron sitting in Aries for a while. We currently have Jupiter in Aries at the moment. So what can happen at a collective level, especially because Mars is in Gemini, is a lot of projection. Okay, a lot of anger, aggression, frustration, codependency simply isn't going to work. People are going to project towards you. You're going to have to hold your shit. Okay, it's going to be very, it can be very toxic. The one thing I've noticed as a twin flame psychic medium, and through where I am at in my ascension process, is I do people favors at this point, and it is really favors. So the tolerance threshold, some of you, depending on where you are in your ascension process, you can see everyone in a pickle, and you'll be looking at it going, oh, I'm being patient with you here, and you will become better at it the further into your ascension you get, but you have to be in super self-awareness that there is going to be, or it's a little bit like a temper tantrum. You don't quite have that self-awareness. And so you particularly may have the self-awareness, but others may not. So the further into your ascension you get, you kind of feel it'd be ridiculous to even try and get that person to that level because they're just simply not going to have that element of understanding. So what we can see coming up, moving through February, I did say first 2 weeks of February, you're going to feel pretty shitty. Although all planets are direct, because we have this shadow phase in the initial stage, Uranus can be pretty temperamental. There's squares, Leo moon, a lot of ego, headaches, nausea, heart chakra. It's going to ease up, but you need to be in awareness of it and how to balance it. Really good time at the moment to detox. So what do I mean by that? You might be going off your food. You might get to a point that you need to drink extra fluid, okay? Keep your fluid up, caring for yourself, knowing your limitations. And the other thing is you're going to have lots of opportunities. And it's really interesting because members, you guys will be getting the next edition of the twin flame soon, and I've recorded through to the 3rd week of February, and I am seeing a transition with masculine, feminine, and karmic energy. And I will be doing a coaching session mid-month, which I have some added information for you guys. So if you want to come and join us, you can come through. And I coach the members and they get the element reads either side. So they get the elements for divine feminine. We do a coaching session in the middle of the month and an energy update. And then we move towards the end of the month and we cover divine masculine by element in the top, in the top level. And you get Discord as well. I jump in from time to time and I have a chat. So there is going to be a lot of projection. There is going to be a lot of selfishness. We're going to see that. And, Libras and Aries are having a return of that frequency, but at a collective level, it can feel a little bit distorted initially. So initially it could come through sort of very bratty, very selfish. And like we say, there's no I in team, but there's no team without I. So people are going to come across as very self-centered. Is it necessarily self-centered? It can be initially if they don't have their self-awareness, but we're going to be seeing that for the less ascended souls. It's a bit of a purge, very masculine dominant frequency. So just be aware of that. Protect yourself, be aware that, driving carefully, especially until we move into March, because we do have Mars in Gemini. You can be very accident prone. I do know my divine masculine has been ever so bloody accident prone. He's cut his finger, he's needed stitches, teeth extractions, lots. Okay, so Mars is causing for masculines and for feminines an accident prone energy, so just, especially because it's direct. So we may be moving a little bit too fast. We also could feel a little bit pixelated inside our own personal lives and the twin flame path, where the headaches are coming through because of Mars. So you could be up in your head, you could have multiple opportunities. Now, some of these things can be really great. The other thing I would say is because of the position of Venus, we do run the risk in the twin flame community of trying to find quick fixes, and you're going to have to be extremely realistic. It can be where you accidentally, and this is for masculines and feminines, both alike, we could fall for, you may feel that it's a soulmate and you could go, I'll just go down this rabbit hole, and it's already coming through in the readings. Why would I say that? Is because it's 12th house is to do with us getting stuck in our heads. It can be very spiritual, but also in a Venus setting, it's very surface value. It could be a little bit codependent. It may be, well, this serves my needs right now. Don't shortchange yourself. Just go easy into it. If you are assessing a different connection, take your time, okay? Because it can be a little bit, it's not going to be what you think it is. I'll just say that. And that's simply from the transits at the moment. Be super aware that you could be suckered into situations and end up being a little bit deceived. Let's put it that way. Let's have a look at what's coming through. Perception. Oh, that's about right. Now, I'm reading these intuitively. As I'm a psychic medium, I don't really need to write. Masculines at the moment are going to, in the next few weeks, this is a prediction. It could, especially for those of you that are aware that your twin is in a karmic relationship, and it can be on either side. Feminines do attract karmics as well. Yes, we do. We damn straight learn, and we realize that we are the common denominator in attracting these energies, and we do get quite peeved. And then you have a revelation that's like, look, Barley's, I'm not doing that anymore. So you tend to pull back. So yes, depending on the wave of twin you are, it is going to depend on how you are relating to this current energy, but it is going to always affect all of us in some shape or form. Okay? Thanks, sweet. I've got the funky weird hair on. Yeah, I've got the, it's actually, if you look at it, it's that, but I just was like, let's just chuck it to the side. I had a ponytail earlier. What was the video that I shared to the members? And I said, this year I'm going funky hair. Really out of the box sort of energy. There's one lady, I've forgotten her name. Which song did I share, Google? And she's got her hair, she's got beautiful blonde hair. but she's cut it short and bobbed one side and it's long on the other side. I've never been a conformist. Like I'm always quite out there with that stuff. So yeah, I don't want no cookie cutter. It's probably because my Venus is a Scorpio. So yeah, I love drama. Not really. I attract it, but it's like, yeah, now it's like allergic. No, I can smell a rat. Yeah, no. Feminines, you're going to be more careful. You're going to be really careful at the moment. You're going to be looking at people like, I can smell you. I know what's coming. And you're going to, go listen to the year of the water rabbit. I did put those predictions in there. Go back from time to time and check it. Save it. Because it is going to help guide you. It's very fine-tuned, so it's very small in snippets, but it does give you a bit of a 101 of some of the things that can come up and how to best relate to it. So, yeah, Libra's been going through massive changes. We're going through a bloody 1st and 7th house again this year. So aren't we looking forward to that? No, because that's my 3rd time doing that between my rising. It's you versus other people. I'm telling you, you guys, Aries and Libra, won't be boring for you. Capricorn and Cancer, big changes, especially with Pluto shifting. Twin Flame Collective, very interesting times. You know, 1st house placement, Divine Masculine. They're going to have some massive revelations this year. It's not, you know, where it was codependent before and maybe they were attracting very toxic relationships. I feel they're going to be doing, having a lot of revelations to do with what their part was in situations. And it was already coming through in the reads, quite frankly. I know, it's quite a big read. I am early so we can get more kind of compacted in. I do have clients today and videos to record for clients that are due. So it is nevertheless going to be a very busy day. Okay, let's have a look at the ruling past. Have a chat amongst us. Hi, Research Clue. How are you, Mola? How's we all doing? Straight into it today, aren't we? No ifs and buts about it. So, who's been purging? Oh, Uranus and Taurus. How did I know? Okay. Cancer hair, big changes. Yes, you surely will. Career transitions, changes, potential marriages, babies. Be careful. Be careful, Cancer. Pregnancies. Okay, cow. Very Taurian. Okay. Okay, what is it? Taurus. We're having Uranus and Taurus making squares. It did over the last, I would say, year to 2 years. It was difficult. That's why you'd find that you were simultaneously last year in your twin flame path and your own energy. There was almost this notion that you had to tweak things and change things. But, you know, Taurus is a very, it's the type of energy that wants to build pyramids. So it's like I'm building for sustainability. I'm building to survive. So you'll buy quality sheets. You'll be able to spot good deals. You'll be cautious with your money. You'll have saving plans and things to that degree. In your body as well, you know, it exudes Venus energy. But the squares, it was difficult. It's like no sooner did you build something up and it was going backwards again. So it was difficulties. It was more tweaks, more changes. And so for a lot of us, especially in our own divine path and our own personal lives, it did go borderline psychotic, because you may have come to the point moving into 2023 and especially Christmas and New Year where you were thinking, what's the point? There's no point. Very tired, very disillusioned. A lot of us, because Mars has gone direct, we're still recovering. We might have been a bit zealous last month and, you know, went in and found that we were still quite burnt out and still needing to recover as divine feminines, and masculines exactly the same. What I have noticed, especially with my coaching, because I coach joint twins, I coach masculines and feminines, which I have done over the last 7 years. And I'm in my twin flame path. I've noticed it with the divine masculines that they usually feel the energy 2 weeks after you guys have felt it. A lot of what has been playing out at the moment is if you have particularly been tuning into your twin, you're actually detoxing them and it is keeping things stagnant. So if your ascension has been extremely heavy, Initially, I'll just say to you, when you're trying to tune out of it and you're pushing the energy back, it is so they can adhere to passing tests themselves and move through that karmic phase a lot quicker. A lot of coaches won't tell you that. They do tend to say send love and light. Saw this great post, which I did make this funny. Oh, you couldn't really call it a tweet. It was on Instagram, and it was to do with the twin flame path. And there was a post that was talking about twin flame path, that it was fantastic lover, partner in crime, best friend. And I was like, I literally read the comments and I was baffled. And I was like, are these individuals actually twin flames? And if they are, they're earlier on in the piece, because the geriatrics of the journey know that's not so in the initial stages. And the way I described the twin flame path was, it is like you are living on fumes. You're like, it's like it's the glory of the smell of it, but you're just barely making it because you're getting crumbs. And it is on both sides. The run chaser happens regardless. I did do a video based on that. What you're going to see is, yes, there are some newbies coming through. If newbies do fall on this video, we need you to understand, I here at Yildiz Readings 5D cover it for everyone, not just for those of us further in the journey, and hopefully through our own experiences that we share in the comments section and through my personal path, we can give you some tips so that you don't have to make the mistakes that we made. There's a lot of healing at the moment for the first waivers, which we can deem them as the geriatrics of the journey. There are twins, regardless, be it you are a first, second, or third waiver, you are going to start gaining movement and communication this year. Karmic paths also are going to be cycling out very radically and very ugly between mid-February and April. Okay, I would say even through to May. Why? Is because we have a lot of things kicking off, and I'm just saying that is the pocket time I'm seeing radical changes. So if you're saying, hey, I've seen my twins' social media, try to, as much as possible, not look. If you are, it's to check in to see where you're at, but try to not look, let it go, because not everything on the surface right now is how it's going to remain. I'm just saying. Yeah. I call it the man bag. There's a difference between a soul connection and a handbag. Something that, one thing that we do purge in the collective, in the twin flame journey, is getting into relationships that look safe, that look right, that maybe give us something because we're in lack mentality. And the twin flame path, it doesn't allow us to be there. So generally we have these things that end even if we don't want them to, even if we look really comfortable. Not necessarily are they loving relationships. They can be quite karmic in nature, and it forces us to grow. Strength, courage, skill, cunning, determination. Brewing cast, by the way, FY. See, very flighty. You'll just keep people on the same page, for goodness sakes. Formative power, initiation, soul shaping, spiritual progress. Is it in the upright? I'm pretty sure it's in the upright. It better bloody be in there. Regardless if it's not, yeah, it is. It's in the upright. So there is movement. Why? Because Uranus and Taurus is moving direct. So divine feminines, there's some progress happening. I was going to say in retrograde. In reverse, degeneration, weakness, failability, subservience. What else do we need to know about this? An opportunity for spiritual advancement. A chance to shape one's destiny. Well, it makes sense because Jupiter's in Aries. It's the first house placement. It's like, you're going to have revelations. It's like, if the world is my oyster and I'm a twin and I can't lose my twin flame, what would I do while we are both going through our ascension path? Is there something that I haven't done that could be making me really happy right now? Is it my career? Is it my belief inside myself? But it's also inside the twin flame path. There's going to be physical movement. I do really see through the readings I've been doing for the divine feminines is there is a vibrational change. You may not understand that your vibrational change does actually change the dynamic in the twin flame connection. So don't get scared of it, dolls. If you are finding that you are suddenly feeling a little bit disgusted, revolted, rebellious, Lilith is going on at the moment. And, Lilith isn't bad, providing you understand we each have light and dark. We each have, our side of ourselves that we need to embrace and love, and it is part of us. It's not to be shamed. It's to be acknowledged to a degree and aware of. So we do have advancements happening there. Now, the crowning energy, what do I say coming through? Let's look at this read. Bear with me. Queen of Water. Yeah, there is emotions. It's funny because we have the symbol of Cancer on this card. I'll try and pick them up. They're brand new cards. Get the angle correct. So there is a feeling at an emotional level. We can have inner child, but we can have courage. And I feel at a joint energy, there's emotions coming up to do with your position. There's emotions coming up in the joint connection relating to what was given to you. There can be a little bit of bitterness. There also, and I've noticed this a lot, especially with my coaching, especially with my own personal twin flame path. It's funny, I'm noticing the eye on this card. Mother energy. Now, it can be a karmic. It could be a physical parent figure. Inner child, but I'm also seeing it can be like feminine energy, point blank, zero. Now, what do I mean by that? What am I seeing? Some of us can have other feminines in our life that are acting a little bit strange at the moment. Now, that can be our mother figures. It can be people projecting to us what their expectations are of our life and what we should be doing. Sometimes it is coming through like that, due to the fact that they don't want us to go through what they went through, but it's very different, okay? It's a very different circumstance. Some of these things you may be seeing with your family members, and you're going to have a lot of people coming towards you at this point, but I do feel at an intuitive level, you are gaining confidence. And, some of it can be a bit crabby, but some of it is coming through almost like, no, I need to have the courage. I want to get into that happy space. I want to be able to have the things that I deserve. It's funny, we've got the Joker in reverse. Yeah, you're not playing with players no more. So could there be, due to an emotion, this frequency where you're getting mad? Yes, there could be. Okay, so if you find that you're kind of pushing down a feeling, I always say you can text message, you can journal, you can articulate how you feel. Don't allow it to build up. That is one thing that is critical in the twin flame path and in life, point blank zero, is the bottle up effect. And it's going to get to a point where it's like a volcano. You don't want it to get to that. So pour your energy into something creative, especially if you're getting super frustrated. Nurture yourself, the emotions that are coming up. We did have the moon, I think it was 2 days ago. It was transiting through Cancer, and I was in the foulest mood, but it did peak by the evening as the moon was moving. And it was there, I believe, for about 2 days. You can find with the people around you at the moment, because Pluto is going to be moving into Aquarius, we are going to have issues with our families. The shadow sign of Capricorn at a collective level is Cancer, okay? So there's a karmic wrapping up, and it's going to move to the 29 degrees. So with our home environments, with our feelings, with old scenario ships, and I'm telling you, so many people from the past are coming back, and even me, knowing astrology, I'm wary of what's coming and aware, and I have been in preparation. As prepared as we can be, right? As prepared as we can be. Okay, some of you are questioning in the past. You're like, God, have I missed something? Is there something I've missed? Why is this not working? It is okay to have conflict in your path. Don't avoid conflict. What do I mean by that? For those of you in communication, if you need to address situations, address them as they arise. You can't, as much as we would like to have the most perfect environment, the divine timing, It's going to be taken how it's going to be taken. If you can come in the most adult, being aware of your emotions in the circumstance, for those of you that are in communication at this point, even when you're not, you can deal with that. Don't keep bottling it up. Exercise. If it's overactive, if you've got an overactive sacral chakra, ditch the orange food groups. Go to the detox. Try to reduce the meat in content. It's funny because if anything, you're more depleted than anything. And that's because Mars was retrograde. Some of us may need to recharge that chakra. Others of us may need to lay off that chakra because there's a bit too much Mars going on. Okay. So if you're in your own lane and people are coming at you, you may need to remove yourself, because I do see this. There is a potential of blasting of individuals, including your twin flame. Okay. You could get mad with your kids, with your boss, with people around you, with the people at the supermarket, with your twin flame. Okay. Use Tumble smudge your homes, drink fluid, have your spiritual baths, rest and recuperate. You're recharging, because you do have your guides to assist you, but you need to get your vibration right. You can do an aura upgrade and you can do a grounding. If you need coaching or you need support, you can book a reading. The link is down below, and wherever you are on your path, I can guide you the most effectively that way, or through the chats. So the scribe is in reverse, relating to the past. You're questioning, okay, what was this path about? Is there anything that's going to come good of this? What is the reason for this twin flame path? Trust me, we all ask it. And you know, the revelation I had this morning, which was really funny, is I don't question that these days, only because I do realize that everything that has happened to me in my entire life, on my path, in my twin flame path, and other things, have served a purpose. It doesn't mean, and we can get very bitter with that. We can say to ourselves, well, is that the only reason why it's happening? No. There's a question mark against the twin flame path at this point, relating to the past. Some of you are feeling this person isn't going to change. Some of you are feeling this person, you're looking at the twin flame path maybe a little bit too 3D right now. And it's okay, dolls, for that to happen. It's just when you go through the Dana, Scully, and Mulder syndrome, I call it, you will know that the ascension is real. You just will stop questioning it, because, you know, I'll be honest with you. There were times I was going through such horrendous ascension, I'd go and check it, okay, and nothing would show up. And I was like, well, gospelly, this, and this was wrong. There must be something wrong with me. And it was just because you are an empath. You are highly susceptible to vibrations, the vibrations of the earth, the vibrations of individuals around you, of psychic attacks coming from your twin. And the further into your ascension you get, it unfortunately gets worse before you are able to alchemize it like a magician, right? Where you can actually control the filter of in and out. So at the moment, a lot of you could be getting that, and it could be really heavy. So it's not over. This connection's not over, okay? Some of you are looking at it 2-3D. There is heart chakra activation going on. You may get resentful that, even though you could be going through a purge, suddenly at a drop of a hat, getting to a space where you're crying, you then could get to a space where your heart chakra activates even further within your twin flame path, and you're feeling it more. There could be some anger and projection coming up in relation to the karmic, where you're feeling somehow they have magician energy and they're the problem. Trust me, the more you work on yourself, it is inadvertently triggering divine masculine through their ascension. Nothing can block it. Nothing can block your path. Trust that. It will ultimately be something. And, you know, if you're tuning into this karmic situation, what they're doing, if there's one, etc., don't think of it in layman's terms of permanency. think of it that, you know, almost tune out of that, because what we do is create obstacles and it's creating an issue because we're giving energy to them. They siphon our energy. That can be the karmic siphoning it. That can be divine masculine getting a detox from us because we're tuning into them as empaths. So you've got to be careful how you use it because it is going to directly impact your ascension process. There is changes coming. Now, this person has been thinking about you quite a bit. You might have been getting some animal totems. I want you to look at the animal totem that's coming up for you as a personal energy because it's going to dictate where you are on your ascension path. For me personally, I have been seeing a lot of lizards, and they are to do with protection, your ability to use your intuition, protection. They're fast, they're quick-witted, they can deal with adversity, they're intuitive. Crows as well, definitely crows, due to the fact that we are moving through an ending cycle at the moment for a rebirth. But where we had those heavy problems there, especially with a lot of the first wavers, you guys were the ones to break down the traditional paradigms of connections. We're ending that cycle over the next 2 years, but the big breaks from it are coming through starting March. And you're going to be very grateful for that. So there can be some easing of your twin flame path journey and definitely within the connection. But I do feel at an intuitive level, your guides can be coming to you and your thoughts are going to create your physical reality very, very heavily. So you need to be super cautious of where you are, what you're doing, and who you're tuning into, because you're ushering that vibration in and you can get psychic attacks. If you find that when you're tuning into the outcome you're wanting, you're physically getting a bit negative, don't think about it at all. Give it a couple of days and go back to it later, okay? Because what it's going to do is block your good energy. Do I feel you're being spied on? Yes, I do. I do feel there is some spying going on at the moment. I feel the individuals are being very hush-hush, but they're bloody stupid because we can see straight through them. Okay? We know, okay, you got to get grounded. Get grounded. Take your shoes off. Do some breathing. Connect with earth. Listen to earth hurts. I do feel there is a foundational change. I do feel if you have been worrying about, are you worthy? Are you good enough to get out of your head with that? It's rubbish. Okay? Dragonflies as well. Okay, so I've been seeing dragonflies. I've been seeing dragonflies, crows. If you're seeing snakes, it is in association to the Kundalini. You may need to get more grounded. It's very much linking to base chakra and the sexual energy, but it also can mean that you are moving, you're going to a next level in your journey, and it is the serpent rising. Okay, so if you have, like I said, depending on what you're seeing, it's going to give you an individual energy. The other thing is feathers. They're coming back up again. The feathers as well, depending on the color, it's going to add an added layer to what your message is. The feather is relating to the fact that your guides are with you, you're protected. And I do feel from that, like Archangel Michael, etc., you're going to be having that spiritual connection. I do feel your guides are telling you something is coming. And so some of you, you know, it's a bit like we laughed about this years ago, the event, which in the collective was the Great Conjunction theoretically, and the change that was happening, especially psychically, that I was picking, that something major was going to happen. And I think I mentioned it back in 2017-18. Something major was going to happen to shift the collective and everyone was going to wake up. And we know what that is now. Hero's journey, divine masculine is shifting. So as much as you guys might be in a low vibe, for those of you that are, if you are detaching and being present and doing that self-care, it's slowing you down because you're too far ahead. But I do see the hero's journey energy moving, and I do see divine masculine moving in towards you, and they're jumping in. They know what's got to be done. They have been meditating upon this for the last few weeks. I do feel particularly some of them are aware that your vibe has changed and your frustration is building. They're psychically picking up on it at an intuitive level. They're a little bit worried about you. They also feel they're going to cop the wrath of the Titans through it, and they're waiting, but Cupid's got a shotgun. It's like they're coming through, dolls. They're coming through, but they know that they're going to have to deal with this. They know that there could be a lot said, right? Queen of Air. I'm hearing a lot of hoof hoof. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. But they know it still needs to be addressed. Okay. If they are trying to keep away from you, try to not psychoanalyze them, because that's doing their work. Okay. Because at the moment I do feel they know that when they're around you, I do feel this has been something at a collective level that's been coming through, and it's definitely come through in the readings I've been recording. They do psychologically feel the next time they see you, you see X-ray vision. That's what I'm hearing. X-ray vision. They're seeing straight. You can see straight through them, and they're wary about that. So they know they have to have their ducks in a row, because they know that some conflict's going to arise. And it's almost like they feel it intuitively. Okay. So if you have been, a bit down, and they know that they have caused some angst and it's caused issues, it could have been that they've been unwell or dealing with somebody that's unwell, or they've caused you something that has caused hurt. It's affected the vibration of the connection due to sacrifices maybe they made, and sacrifices for other people and not for you. I feel they know they would be foolish to address this in the same fashion. Okay. And I do feel they're coming out of hermit mode. They know inevitably it needs to be addressed. And I do feel this is for every wave. I don't feel this is just for one wave. I literally do feel there's almost a conversation piece. A conversation piece. I feel there's something that they need to address. And they've been doing the same as what you used to do, which is, how will this go? If I do this, if I do that, what's the outcome? They're also making reference to, don't think that everything is a bed of roses. It's not what it looks like. That's all I'm hearing. Now, divine feminine, your perception, psychically, you're very cutting at the moment. You can be getting to a space that you are looking at this at an intuitive level, and you're very spiritually protected. But if your aura's down, it's going to affect you more. So, tumbaline, smudging your home, keeping in your lane, being cautious of your surroundings. Karmics are on the prowl. Be aware, right? You are moving through your ascension, okay? Your energy is getting back, but at the moment, it's a double dose of Mars. So it's going to take a bit to establish and to be able to articulate things effectively without losing your crap, okay? So 1 minute you could be very passive. The next minute you could come through very aggressive. It's like you're starting to embody an element on your side of your ascension path of your inner divine masculine, which is assertive energy, saying no, creating boundaries. So how it's going to come through initially, it's like a return to the Mac. You're going back to it, but it's coming back, but it's coming through just a little bit aggressively at this point. And it can be affecting some of you. Some of you, you're just being very mute. Your ascension won't let you. You need to find the harmonization of that. Masculine, feminine. Yeah, you're going through the yin yang. You're going through the harmonization of it, but there's something in you that's upgrading. And so it's almost like a bit pixelated at this point. And I can say it's happened to me, 25 years on the journey. Have I been relating to it differently? I really have been. I've been relating to my intuition, my healthy boundaries, my assertiveness. I've been articulating how I've been feeling, which I have been doing that for a long time. I would say over the last 5 years, more so, especially in the union part. But I can say that my style with my tribe in my own personal life that energy has shifted. And I'm quite happy with the progress, like of my own personal progress. And that's not to do with ego. I'm just surprised. I'm like, whoa, in the old days, I would have done X, Y, and Z. So I'm in that awareness of how it's playing out for me. I'm like, wow, okay, that has been a big shift because I used to do X, Y, and Z. I hope that makes sense. Using me as the guinea pig. I'm telling you, I think this is for the geriatrics of the journey. Some of you are like, you better be wise. You better be wise when you come towards me. You mess up. And I've said this, I would say over the last, 6 or 7 years, in the path when we realize we're not somebody's parent, and it's a common denominator, guys. So you'll find when I mention these things, it will happen with your friends, your family, your work. Any themes that you dealt with prior to separation, they're going to come up and you're going to readdress them. And that's when you go back into union once you've really kind of honed in on those. The knowledge, right? The wisdom. I'm seeing this card, and look at this card. It's like you're looking at divine masculine. Like, if I give you the golden ticket, you better look after it well, because it's your power, it's your responsibility, but you are requiring accountability. You are requiring the person to, could we say integrity? Let the past go. Not that it's okay. More take it from today. Okay, I know you did X, Y, and Z yesterday, but how you show up is going to count. Because if you play your cards right, you don't need to be perfect. We're not saying that. If you play your cards right, I may be more open-minded to consider how I feel about it in the here and now, not just based on all the beautiful and horrible memories of the past. So I do particularly feel you're like, even if it's a trinket offer here, a dowry, something, it needs to be a gesture of some description. Some of you are getting offers from other people, but you need to be very wise. I'm going to pull a clarifier on that because, as I mentioned, Venus and Pisces, there is a risk divine feminines could move into karmic relationships. And that is if you are codependent. Okay? That's if you're codependent. Hey, Ben. So if you're codependent, you're going to be looking at it going, my twin hasn't turned up. I said this years ago. I'd be very strict with myself, and then I'd come through and I'd say, well, what were you expecting? You were getting, I should have moved on by now. The healing moves when it moves. True. Let's just not be mean to ourselves. It's a given. Let's just not say some fake crap in our head of, I should have got my life together by now. Oh my God, I'm being stupid. I need to let this go. Healing is a process. And so I would rather say to myself, no, I'm a good investment. So if that takes me for the rest of my life, I'm going to invest in me, and that's okay. So be nicer to yourself, okay? You can have your bad days. It's okay. The other thing I would say is, which I would say for a whole year, I dedicated, hi Diva, I hope you guys are okay in New Zealand. I heard about the flooding. I would rather say to myself, whenever I was looking and seeking outside myself, I wish my twin was here. I wish I was in a relationship. The other thing I would say is when we get critical with ourselves, it's sort of like we have this thought that we should have moved on and been in a relationship. And it's like, short of getting on a dating site, Omar Sharif ain't falling from the bloody sky. So I think we need to be really realistic because logically speaking, a key sign is people becoming attracted to you that your twin is coming back. I'm telling you gospelly. I've been on the journey long enough to know. So if suddenly you have some people coming out of the woodworks, you really need to look at that because the energy of Venus and Pisces is delusions. Okay. And I'm not saying Pisces are delusional. I'm saying the energy relating to astrology is 12th house. It's Neptunian. Surface value is looking great. Is it a spiritual connection? Do you intellectually, and communication point blank zero until March is going to be difficult for everyone. If you're in a relationship, it is going to be difficult to communicate. Anybody who's in a relationship, even twins who are ascended. So you're going to all have to keep cools and not lose shit. It's going to be hard. Karmics are going to have issues. A lot of karmics are going to have issues. especially with Pluto reaching its 29-degree point next month. They're going to feel it already this month. Knowledge. So be wise when it comes to the choices. If you are entertaining another person, okay, and you're considering it, you need to be wise in how you address that, and don't rush. Take your time. Let them show their true colors. But if you're still tuning into your twin, it will create mess. It's not my life. I've done it myself. I'm telling you from experience. It's not that you will ever forget this person, but if you've healed enough to go, look, gospelly, I've done everything I can. I'm allowed to be happy and I choose to do what makes me happy. That's different. But if it's, I don't know what they're doing, but I got this offer here, but what if they come back? Well, that then other offer makes nothing because you're still thinking of that person. And then you are creating a third party situation and mess for you. If you know gospelly, look, I don't owe anyone anything, but I'm going to see how this is. Is that person's side of the fence complicated? I mean, everyone's got complications. I'm just saying. There's mess everywhere. Be smart with your mess. Are your ducks in a row? Are their ducks in a row? A lot of feminines at the moment are like, are your ducks in a row? My shit and ducks are in a row. Okay? My ducks are in a row. Took me a while to get there. That's where you learn not to enable, is because when you have to dig yourself out of a grave, you ain't going to constantly keep doing that for another person because you earned it. So you look, if I had to earn it, every time I turned in towards someone and they didn't help me, I had to turn to myself. You get to know, and that's good energy. Why is it good energy? Because it teaches you your full capacity and you learn to believe in yourself. I'm telling you, I tile. I have sprayed paint, panel beat cars. I make candles. I can make cocktails. I can renovate houses. Why? Because I'm a divine feminine. I didn't want to. I even dated a boyfriend that was a mechanic. You know who you are. Still friends with him on Facebook. He's married with kids. I love him to bits. He's a great bloke. But never did my car. Why? Because I'm a divine feminine. Universe don't let that happen. I got to work it out. So if you've got some obstacle at the moment and you're thinking abandoned, it's ask yourself, where have I abandoned myself? It's horrible. I'm just the messenger. It happened to me. I'm just saying, have you not noticed? Nobody's here for me. I get it. I lived it. Why? It's because it's saying, hey, soul sister, you got this, girl. You got this. We got YouTube. How to. YouTube is great for that. Wisdom. Trust your instincts. At a base level, you are not trusting your instincts. You're second guessing yourself. You're not on the wrong path in your life. You are where you are meant to be, when you're meant to be, how you're meant to be. I'm hearing, who is that? I'm hearing a song. Dawn, what are you thinking about? Relight My Fire. Who sings that? Robbie Williams? Is that King of Fire? Oh, thanks, Lisa. Yeah, it's a throwover. It's like a we're doing the funky hair. This is where divine feminines are. It's like, let's just. I had a ponytail there before. I was like, I want to go this way. Yeah, I was just going to turn up like this, but this is where we're at. Okay, so the fire energy of divine masculine. This, again, is Ascension related. Confidence. You're wanting somebody who's confident, who's proud, who's able to hold your hand, and trust me, they'll never let anyone hurt you. Even if they've shaded you, they will never. Their soul and their oversouls will never let anyone hurt you. Even if you're on the rocks. It's a funny situation. It's like, that's interesting. Yes. Why? Because you're twins. I'm sorry, guys. Sucks, right? Okay, so I'm going to pull a clarifier on this one. I want a clarifier on the masculine, feminine joint energy inside it. Look, some of you could be confused. Is this my twin? Is this not my twin? Okay, 1101. The difficult one's your twin. Like I said, that post on Instagram, it was like, I mentioned it was on Facebook, only because I don't, this is my personal experience on Twin Flame Path. Yeah, not that song. I'll find it. It's Robbie Williams. Because I need your love. Yeah, that one. Yeah, anyway, so, you know, how do you know a person is your twin? Initial stages, early stages, there'll be this serendipity. There'll be a feeling like you have this, you could even not like them right away. Yeah, the burning ring of fire, well, that's the Aries energy. That's what I psychically saw back in 2012. I kept hearing it. I fell into a burning ring of fire, and then I started studying astrology, and I'm like, oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're in hermit mode at the moment. Some of you are questioning due to the fact that counterpart isn't like moving as fast. Is that, you know, maybe you're not? No, that's not true. That's not true. Oh, good. I've got to write a book about my twin flame path. I didn't know anything about twin flame path. I was just a psychic medium. I'm psychic. I just feel people's energy. That's why. No, it got worse. I moved on with my life. I got married. I moved on. I was up. Clearly. Ascension. Dragged my ass backwards. And because we have to wait. What's this about? Okay, some of you are thinking this isn't fixable. This isn't, it's not healable. Maybe some of you are feeling this person needs help. Some of you are feeling you need help. Some of you are feeling you're not being valued. Yeah, not being valued. But believe me, they are holding you precious in their heart. More than you know. Yeah, definitely more than you know. There is an offer that they're wanting to make. I do particularly feel because you guys are, you know, and this is more for those of you that know that your twin is in a karmic relationship. You're feeling it's budding love and, you know, bloody, blah. Like I said, look out for March, April. Okay, masculine. Yeah, you're entering their dream state. You're haunting them. Everything on a surface level might be okay, but they're feeling your energy. They're thinking about you quite a bit. Yes, they didn't know it in the past. They didn't know the connection, okay? There was confusion between two individuals. There also may be two toxic individuals. I'm getting a separate message that they are pondering over in the here and now. Now, doesn't mean they're entertaining them. No, not necessarily. But there's two individuals, maybe even three. I'm seeing three energies here. Say toxic because the throat chakra is coming through. They didn't. They're readdressing it. Why? Because Pluto is moving to the 29 degree, and they're going to start picking up on it from here into April. Okay. They're currently, it's like that. They made a lot of sacrifices for those individuals. And they do feel in the heart it was maybe you they should have been giving that to. You inadvertently due dealing with or be previously dealt with affected you. Some of you may have warned this person. Some of you with your little psychic ball, but they didn't want to listen. Some of you were accused of being a witch. I got accused of that years ago. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I got that much magical power. Don't you think our unions would have happened earlier? Fools. Anywho, yeah, accused of being, and I don't think this was, I think these were seeds other people planted. That you were toxic, that you were inappropriate. Okay, I'm going to pull a closer. I'm getting the karmic coming through here. I feel like they're intimidated. Not only is divine masculine maybe looking or wanting to seek you out, but I do feel the karmic third parties are as well. I feel the karmic third parties thinking on you quite heavily at the moment, so protect your energy. There's guilt for causing you hurt due to these energies. Yeah, right, it is. Be scared. Oh, another song that has been coming through the last few weeks, Who Let the Dogs Out? It's probably Divine Feminine's feeling. Who let the dogs out? Oh, Lord. I want to know what this is about. This is something that's shifting. If masculine has been angry, they're going to calm down soon, okay? If you felt their energy being vibrationally off, be it you're speaking to them or you're getting that through the, and I can't call it 5D. Let's know the difference. The 5D is beautiful. The 4D brings the shadow, okay? So if I say to you in your ascension process, they're coming through to, look, when it's vibrationally nice, it's all up in the 5D. When it's off, it's damn straight 4D. Okay, there's 4D crap coming through. Are they lacking in confidence to a degree? Yes, but their energy, if it's been aggressive and a bit bitchy, it's going to calm down. Okay. Now, as to in a foundation level, they are longing and wanting to be with you. Okay. No. What? The suffering your jocks energy. Look, it's not we wish any harm. I mean, karmics look, quite frankly, like I said on the Instagram video, karmic doesn't usually even know they're a karmic, you know, so you're kind of talking to a wall. It's like, did you know that you're being karmic? They literally do not know. Okay, so it's like talking to a wall. It's a waste of energy. And it's like, so, you know, although we hate our waking process, are we not glad that we do have some intellectual kind of awareness? That I'm glad of. I'm emotionally aware. Others are robots walking around being assholes, not knowing. Yeah, I'd rather know. If I'm being an asshole, it's because I'm intentionally being one. If you get my gist. So they're not with you. They're thinking about you. They're trying to work it out. How do I get from point A to B? Do you remember back to when you were in a karmic relationship, Divine Feminine? I hope you're not in one now, because if you are, it's going to come up during March. Okay? FYI. Book a reading. Come through and get some support so you know what's coming. This is something in the works at a foundation that they still want. This is something in the works that they're feeling almost like that is lacking in their life is you. They're trying to work out. Some are trying to have divorces. Some are like, okay, I have financial entanglement. But at a foundation, that hasn't changed. They're still looking at that going, but this is the person I want. How do I get that? Now, did I pick up all the cards? Look, my hair's getting messier and messier. Are we enjoying the live? Are we getting the details we need? Get into the super chat shortly. Do tapping with a clear quartz on your third eye, guys. Okay, you can also tap to get rid of the third eye, the psychic attacks. You got to be careful at the moment because, like I said, the karmics, You know, they could be blaming you in relation to something that's happened in their life, but some of these things happen without you being in the picture. So if you are currently, oh, bastard card keeps dropping. Oh my God. Okay. They're wanting to move in with you. They could be worried about a current living arrangement. There could be an unwell individual for some of you. Okay. Do they need the tag? Now I will. Okay. Now, do you need to use the word twin to your twin? No. Don't push it. Believe it. Okay. You don't need a tag. We know what it is. It's almost like a diagnosis. We're like, oh, great. Depending on where that person is, they're watching you. You can be you. You don't need to use the tag. You don't want to cause a runner chaser mode again. Let them unpack it. Their ascension is different to yours. They're going to turn in towards you when they're ready to bite it off and bite-sized choose. Okay? I'm just saying. Because their process is different, but that's not what you're seeing. They're going through it, unpacking all of this at the moment. They're sort of like, what is this? Are they researching? Yes, I do. But they're going to find it just like you. Can you actually awaken other people? Yes, you can. Because you're a twin. If you do go into another connection, especially if you're attracting another twin that isn't your twin, you're going to wake them up quicker, but they're usually going to be behind. And that's actually going to be a very aggressive awakening for them. Okay? We're always moving forward. Twin flame path lets you ascend as you ascend. It's not a 3D relationship. What do I mean by that? It's not, when we look at it in layman's terms of a physical relationship, once you reach a certain ascension stage, you can't end the journey till both of you ascend. It sucks. And so ascend, you know, it's all divinely guided. You're protected. Everything that's meant for you is going to come towards you. Soulmates, whatever. But there'll be something in your side that is going on. Did you go through a divorce? Have you been through a divorce before? Where is the mirror? Yeah, masculine's like, I'm ready to go when something's triggering it, okay? He told you he follows you. Well, duh. No, I meant on your side, Firecat. Have you been through a divorce, style? I'll pull some cards on this one. Yes, definitely. A lot of the algorithm at the moment is directly impacting YouTubers. We did, due to all the planets being in, well, there was a lot of planets in Mercury energy. It was affecting, especially Aquarius. We had the moon in Aquarius. It affects the internet. Some of the platforms in social media have heavy Aquarius energy. I know that Facebook has Scorpionic energy. So it's going through all these changes, especially come March. I'd be highly surprised. Yeah, see, that's the mirror. So just because you're ahead, it doesn't necessarily mean you're ahead. It's in divine guidance. So if you're going through a divorce, why would you want to find, moving ahead? You're still moving ahead, Dale, but you're healing. Don't rush your healing. It is going to move towards you. You're not getting left behind. But sometimes we jump in and it's like we've done that prematurely before we've actually healed. And there's various stages of separation. There's being intimate with the person. There's the physical paperwork. There's purging that goes on associated to it. So just don't push yourself. Just, you're not alone. A lot of twins have gone through, a lot of human beings have, and it is divinely guided. It is going to be okay. It's a tough one. Do you know what I mean? Do any of you guys know other people in through? Yes. And I know twins that are in union. I've coached twins that are in union since you met twin. The more you can see the mirror, the quicker you will ascend. Dale, I was broken up for 7 years. I was married. 25-year journey. It's not going to be that long because of the placements of astrology. Okay? But you've got to do the work. Now, I wanted to pull a clarifier on, where is it? Did I put it bloody back in the deck? I probably did. Good one, Yildiz. Let's see, where is it? And then we'll get into the super chats. For those of you that purchase super chats, thank you very much. It supports the channel. It supports me staying on YouTube and getting content for the channel. I still don't know how I run the channel on mine. I must be an idiot. Where is it? Bear with me. Yeah, look, it happens. It doesn't matter. Like I said, it's not like a traditional connection. You have a soul contract. You can't lose each other until you complete your soul contract. They ain't going nowhere. I'll giggle. Here you go. The serpent. Told you. Journey. Okay. There it is there. Up there it is. Oh, thanks, Star. I hope so. I tell you, after that separation on that occasion, I was like, God, I don't want to be here. What good am I? And I went, we're all going through it. Let's hang out together. Let's hang out together. All right. Now, I'm going to pull a clarifier on this. Another who thought, yeah, but you know what? When you think about it, regardless of whether you are or aren't, twins are there as catalysts to heal other people. So even if they are looking at it and they're not, it doesn't matter, because it is, if they're taking accountability, if they're addressing it, potentially they are. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not a negative thing. If you're thinking it is, and everyone's going to be having ascension now, because we're going through the great reset. So the collective had been waking up since 2020. A lot of us were doing it all the way back from 2002. Our butts were being kicked well and truly ahead of time, so that we could pave the way, we could anchor the energy in, and you're still going through it now. And yeah, just looking at people a little bit more like, wow, that's not so divine, eh? Your teacher's stars, okay? Now, I want to see what the heck this is about, because they're like thinking on this. They're like, okay, where am I going? It's funny. I can see the Celtic cross above the card, above their head, their ascension path. It's joint. They're aware of this. They're in between two worlds. There's light and dark, okay? So this is a revelation. Nobody's perfect. Some of us in our lives maybe went into things and we placed people on pedestals and then got disappointed. And it's not that they're bad people. It's that unconditional love means the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that really is what unconditional love is. It's true, right? It's to be loved unconditionally. Masculine's kind of looking at it like, I went down this path, but maybe I needed to turn left, not right. Or right, not left, because, yeah, there's a bit of a wake-up call. There's a bit of a light bulb moment. Look how he's lifting the hood. He's like, I think I went down the wrong path. Gaining clarity. There's a transformation here. They thought by going down the other path it was going to transform, but it actually, this could be a change of home. This could be things happening with family. I definitely see a new path. I see this as a new way they're going to tackle it. There's fairies along the path. Yeah, they're like, why? Because they outgrow stagnancy. They outgrow codependency and a pattern. They outgrow people doing that with them. Are they getting agitated and fidgety? Yes, they are. Telling you. Family, tribe, feminines, feminine karmics, children, having to leave something out in the cold. Some of them are realizing people's patterns and behaviors. Some of them are very regretful. Old habits also. I'm hearing old habits die hard. They're having to kick them. Old habits that they had maybe aren't working to subdue some of this. It's like taking the rose-colored glasses off and having a reality check. New beginnings. New beginnings. So they know, they're like, okay, I'm on the wrong path. I need to get back up and I need to move. And, you know, I do feel, and wait till you see the twin flame updates. They come out weekly if you want them ahead. And you want to see week 3 soon, jump through and join the members. I'm not revealing any details. You'll have to wait or you can come join us. They do come out. Look at my protein shake container. I'm on such a detox, it's ridiculous, but I am. Where are my cards? Okay, let's have a look at the couple of comments and we'll jump straight through into the super chats. In between two worlds. How you doing, Ben? And told me he heard everything I said telepathically. Yeah, very psychic. I actually had the weirdest situation. Like I said, I was the psychic one. I didn't know anything about a twin flame path. I literally, when I had a revelation, I was like, oh, I've had a diagnosis. I don't like that. Oh, you mean I'm screwed? Yeah. Anyway, which meant I had to ascend. I had already been on that pretty much since I was born. So it was like, well, let's just keep going, right? Okay, I don't see it as the wrong path because it's the experience that teaches us. Doesn't mean it sucks any less. Oh, damn straight. And I think sometimes when people hear that it's for ascension, it's like, so there's no romantic connection. No, there is, but you can't get to that until you go under that wave, right? You're moving under that wave, you're facing your fears. And so it actually becomes the best. You know, what if I told you the relationship that you can have with yourself is 1,000 times better than anything? And then when you do have a relationship with whom, because it does become at the end of it, once you ascend to a certain point, hey, beautiful, don't work too hard, has the yellow room. When you ascend to a certain point, right, you physically will have any relationship in a healthy way, including your twin flame path. And it will be a choice. It won't be an expectation. It will be, there won't be this angst. There won't be this push. It will just flow. Okay. And that's, be it you choose a soulmate, be it you choose your twin at that stage in your ascension, you won't be having the psychic attacks the way you do. So it's a good investment. Okay. Not that you have a choice, but it is a good investment. Okay. It's not a choice between a soulmate. It is not. Until you are totally healed, you can go into these relationships, but you're going to have the same dramas you have with your twin and the same dramas you internally had inside yourself. So until you address those things you're petrified of, they're just going to come up in all these relationships because you're a twin. You're there to grow and ascend. And the more you avoid, the universe actually provides you with these opportunities so that you go back into these things, so that you learn these things. And once you address them head on, they're no longer a problem. They don't kick your ass no more, you know? So what could we say? Non-ascension is futile. That's what I could say. Non-ascension is futile. So it's not about another person. Your ascension and your destiny and your spiritual path is to awaken, is to grow, and then to be in harmony, masculine, feminine, which has come up on divine feminine side this week. So it's good. You guys are getting into some harmony of that, of understanding we have power, they have power. We have ascension, they have ascension, but you're coming into a new vibration of your inner divine masculine. So if there's something in effect that is scaring you, by confronting it face on, you're going to attract all the good energy back to you. Hall of Mirrors became our reality. Friggin' oath. I cannot understate that. Let's have a look at the super chats. Yeah. I'm glad I did do that work. I'm glad I did sit with my demons and I did look at myself as the common denominator. Had I not, I didn't realize how much I was physically disabling myself in many instances and not making decisions, not trusting my instincts. My instincts are different to I'm babysitting a masculine. It's not my job to make sure that they're behaving. It's not my job. I ain't got no toots to give. It's not my job. Can I forgive people? Yes, I can. Am I stupid? No, I'm bloody not. You crossed me too many times. I may not believe you. I may cut you out. If you show up correctly and you show effort and progress, and that's a friend, it's a co-worker. You know, if you're in a shitty job and you don't leave it, it's karmic. If you're in a crappy relationship and you know you don't love that person and you're just hanging out and there's codependency, you're going to leave it or it's going to kick you out because your ascension path is to grow and ascend. Yeah, so anytime I was like, I want to call someone or I want a relationship, I go, well, you're just going to sit with that for about 4 more hours and see how you go with that, Yildiz. And yeah, at times I was on the floor and I was crying, having an adult tantrum, inner child, petrified, panicking, vomiting. And then I would come back down and I'd be like, wow, I moved through that. Had my car break down one time and I'm like, great, as usual. Don't have a partner, don't have a twin. Well, I do, but he's just he's been loaned out like a library book to a karmic. So had to sort my car out. I did it. I thought it was funny. Had a bit of ranting. Like I said. Okay, let's get into these super chats. How many do we have? I swear I need glasses. Look at this. I've had a lazy eye all my life. It's getting worse. Carrie. Oh, Carrie. I tell you, you're always at the top of the list now. You're on fire, girl. Loaned out to the comment. Damn straight. If somebody has to manipulate to get another person, it is never going to last. Rebounds don't last. Karmics who manipulate to have children for codependent reasons, for monetary reasons, it only lasts so long. Okay? So theoretically, they've actually sabotaged themselves because they have taken something and they're believing just because they're there, just because they're sleeping with them, that person has closed the door completely. If they've had you on social media, if they're still communicating with you while in a karmic relationship, I would step back. That's your power. But if that is still going on, that person in effect has not let go. And that other person who is enduring that is literally sabotaging themselves because they're fully aware that they came in between two people in a story that wasn't finished, and therefore they're being karmic to themselves. Okay? So yes, inevitably it will end. That is why when I did have my split, I chose to, for soulmate energies, for karmic energies, and for twin flame path energies, not to become a karmic ass myself. And to place myself in the naughty corner, it's a bit like a wounded soldier, and you go, yeah, man, I'm going to go back out there again. Hell to the friggin' no. I went through a detox. I'm like, I need a detox. I'm going to take an 11 to 12 month holiday at least. Shit. You know? It's very hard when he keeps messaging. It's just don't respond. You need, it's not ultimatums, it's statement pieces. And sometimes when we go back on our words and our statements, the less they hear from us, the better. If they're in a relationship, are we going to have trust? And that's what you can say. Look, I understand your conundrum. You're currently in a relationship. You're married. I want to have trust and faith in you, and I think you would respect me more also, having integrity in this situation. Yes, I do love you. Yes, I do want to be with you, but it would need to be that you tied up your loose ends so this could be. And they say it again, repeat your statement. Repeat your statement. I know what I want. I'm moving forward and I'm healing myself. And in the meantime, there is every possibility while I'm doing that, I could move forward. And so less is more. And if they want to know what's going on, no, you earn that. You need to be in my life to know what's happening with me. Yeah, I might be an energy twin to you, but I also have healthy boundaries and I have choices. I am responsible for my actions. So you can change it, but it comes through with your actions. Initially, we can be a little bit, like I said, we're on fumes. Oh my God, they call. Do you want it to just be a phone call, or do you want it to be the full kit and caboodle? So, your chest move does count, and it can shift it. Sometimes they detox by coming towards you in comments, in text messages, in physical 3D. They get a detox from the karmic and they go back to the karmic's ass. Why? Let them sit in the witch's cauldron. If it was that shitty you'd leave, what are you going to do about it? I'm sorry for you. What are you going to do about it? Okay, then. Healthy boundaries. It came up in Divine Feminine's read, okay? Getting your inner masculine out, just don't whoop ass. Do it healthy. It can be so calm. I'm just saying. Okay, so Kerry, let's get yours done. Oh, look, unless you just say, look, you can contact, but what for? Are we doing something? Has something changed? Has the menu changed? And believe me, they do test you, okay? They want to know that you're different to the karmic. To trust. So if they're coming around for hanky-panky and they're in a karmic relationship, they're testing you. They are testing you. When you require more, you get more. Yeah. I mean, look, only time I starve is when I'm on a diet. Not when I'm getting crumbs from a masculine. And I don't mean just twin. I mean any. Okay? If I'm doing that, it's to get my hot body and I'm eating healthy. I'm eating vegan and I'm leveling up and I'm exercising. But if you're crumbing me, and I've been starving and I've been in the Sahara and you're giving me crumbs, I'm like, shit, what? Are you serious? I came for the main meal. Okay, Kerry. I'm telling you, you're gonna have some options here. You're at the moment you're up and down. Okay, you're thinking about the connection. You're focused on your work. You might have even had some revelations that there were things that you didn't know that you hadn't let go of that are coming up right now. You're wondering what you're fighting for. Okay, there is a massive change. You're thinking in layman's terms in a 3D world of man meet girl, girl meet guy. Remember, when we have prejudice relating to our life, it's based on our childhood. Not necessarily what they're going to do, but based on what your belief systems in the story. We're having assimilation. So I feel for you, you got the world card coming up, right? You're looking at it, but remember, it's based on your paradigm of what the outcome card is going to be with this individual and a karmic. You're thinking at a surface, and it's not wrong. Sometimes we're triggered in our path so that we move forward. And it kind of shows us where we hadn't been moving forward, some of the things that were upsetting us. So journaling is really great. Thanks, Lois. Journaling's great because it does mean we can see where those things are coming up, what has been problematic for us. Look, there could be a bit of pressure at work this week, and I think this is moving into next week. You're a little bit nervous, don't be. You've got it. I do think you can handle this. There could be some grumpiness around. I do feel you're pissed at the fact that you did make a lot of sacrifices for people. So you're being more firm. But I think after our last chat and our coaching session, I feel you're looking at life. And, yeah, Giggle's not well today, so we need to support her. She's not doing good. She's having shitty Ascension. Back off, Ascension. I could say your twin's name. Back off. Leave her be. Woman's had enough. She needs to break off the Ascension. You need to be ready. Look, I still feel there's information coming in, but I feel you have the tools to be able to address this. I do think this is going in your favor. I do think something of an attitude change is coming, and I think you're underestimating the power you got. So what do I think? I think that, you have been shaken up and rattled a bit. You tried to not get in your head. It's not happening. You still are. But if you follow the tips I gave you, you can swing this in your power, but you have to follow it. Okay? And what I mean is you have to have faith in yourself. You have to look at, for instance, you could look at human psychology and not personalize it for 2.5. I do think you're getting more info, but I do think this person's stalking your profile. You have to stop thinking everything is forever or you're going to manifest it. Okay, but you do have options here. I'm being told that something to do with your brother came up. Now, it might be he had a chat to you about this circumstance, or he's noticed a shift in your energy. I do directly think he's aspecting somehow, okay? Breathe. I hope that helps. Be careful around your boss. He feels grumpy. I hope he's not listening. I love you, mate. It will pass for him too. He's moving through a transition. He's getting a bit of headaches. He's a bit edgy, but it's going to pass. You guys ultimately are going to get on quite well. Yeah. She's still bad today. Although I must say, Giggle and her Ascension, what she doesn't realize is as a Libra, she's beautiful even when she's triggered. Bless her. Marie. What have we got, Marie? Ugh. Marie, what is happening? Look, it's really sometimes see this person, there is a person that wants to talk to you. Okay? You do not look like a blowfish, you fool. She's full of it. She's like, I look terrible. And I'm like, you look super cute and sexy when you're upset. And I don't know why, but twins think we're really cute when we're angry. Okay? We just get pissed at you. We're like, psh, psh. Oh, I'm sweeping a cycle. Yeah, that song. Yeah. You want to see it? Okay, let's go. Okay, Marie, it's really strange because when I channel your energy, I think loved one interest energy is coming through. When I tune you, you're good. You're sweet. Somebody else's energy, however, is not so sweet. Okay, so could you be picking up on people's frequency? I think so, love, because ultimately, psychically, what I'm picking for you is you're pretty good. Oh. Yeah. So, look, they're a bit triggered. They're a bit worried. They're a bit wary. They have been thinking about you. But your energy's good. Your question mark is, are you ascended? Look, I do think this person is. But I do think in order for them to be there, look, they're coming up as the Emperor this week. And they're pulling your tower down. So if there is a blockage, it's an urgency. It's like they want to come towards you. I don't have a bad feeling here. You're picking up on it, but your energy is totally great. So if you are picking up on things, I don't think it's yours. I think this is external situations. You may actually get the PDF of when something is shifting. And I think you're going to intuitively sense it. I want you to pay attention to that because it'll probably be, if it has been coming in and out for you, you'll find sometimes as that channeled energy is siphoning through, it almost feels like it's going to be any moment, and sometimes it's weeks, and I think that's been happening to you for a while. I think it's down to the hour now. So it's closer. That's what they're making reference to. Do you understand what I'm meaning? There's some shit show going on here, though. So is there a conflict with an individual? Whatever it is, it's like they're getting out of dodge. Yeah, they're just getting up and getting out of dodge. Anything that was worrying them before, it's like, yeah. So, it just feels like the intervals between it is closer and closer, almost like they're around you and up in your grill. That's how it's coming through to me. You know the direct situation and what they're in, and you know it's not going to last. That's the way the card's being shown to me. So whatever the circumstances that you felt initially was a hurdle, you're very matter of fact and accepting of it, that you simply just don't see it's going to last. Yeah, that can physically be the truth. It's like, good luck, mate. You're going to talk to me. That kind of energy. Could it be a karmic situation? Yeah, it could be, but I don't think that's defining it either. So whatever this is, they're showing up as the Emperor, which is really impressive. But they're pulling the tower down. They are thinking about a connection. Yeah, but they're defiant. It's like, I know what I want. Oh, bloody camera. Lord. They know what they want. They're going towards it. So, those moments, I had this moment years ago. I was locked out of the house. We had this lovely atrium. And I've climbed up. I was locked out. My parents weren't coming home. I was about 17 or 18. Well and truly already going through Ascension back then. And I remember sitting there and I needed to go to the powder room. And, of course, I was a bit snooty. And it was like, look, I'm not going bush style. I want to go to the powder room. And I knew that the atrium door was open. Apart from the fact that I had to climb on the roof. I'm sitting there. There's a glass dome and it's open each side. And I was going to have to jump in. As I did, I ripped my hand open. And it's like Dutch courage. It's like you're thinking about it, thinking about it, you're thinking about it. And then it's like, I'm just going to do it. And I did. And I was like, so quick. In fact, that I still felt I was on the bloody roof. What I didn't miss was as I landed in this sand-flowered garden, I landed on a stepping paver and I sliced my hand open. But I got to go to the bathroom. That's how I see this person. It's like I think they've thought about things for a little bit too long, and now they're getting spaces off. I'm just not going to think about it anymore. I just need to make a move. Just got to jump in the deep end. That's how it's coming through. Enjoy. Thank you, Lois. Get well, Giggle. Soldier down. Okay. Giggle. For you, I'm telling you, whatever it is big. That's okay, Marie. Take care, doll. You'll have to PM us on this video after if you get contact. Because, it's right there. It is right there. Yeah, and come back, guys. Whoever gets super chats, come back and give us a heads up. Tell us how things are going. Oh, well, it's about right. The Leo moon's kicked your ass. Lots of stresses, okay? Lots of builds up, Giggle. This hasn't been one thing. It's been a chain of things. Do you get what I'm saying? It's been a chain of things. It's been stressful, family related dynamic, the Leo moon, you know. You know. I feel this person knows that when they come forward, possibly 24 hours, it's felt very close. It has been feeling very close. I think the energy needs to ground first. Do they know they're in trouble? Yes, they do. Okay. Do they know they're in trouble? They know they're in trouble. They're picking up on your energy. Yeah, they feel that you're picking up on something or that you're going to be paranoid. It's one or the other. Do you get what I'm saying? So they're looking at it going, okay, Giggle is having an extreme, you're not having an extreme emotion. You're not. But they're picking it as, because I didn't respond, this person knows how I am. No, they'll be okay. No, they're not thinking that. They're thinking they're going to start concocting crap in their head. So they're getting a bit worried. They're like, okay, they're going to start, Eagle's going to start thinking something's up. Am I married? Are you with somebody? Are you having fun? Why aren't you communicating? What's the issue? It's called stress. Same crap, different day. Yeah, you're like, okay, so there's something I don't know about. It's the I know what you did last summer energy. Now, does that mean it's so? Not necessarily. But that is where it's taking you. Back down that rabbit hole. Yeah, back down that rabbit hole to review. It's actually shifting you. It's shifting your vibration to I can ask for things, I will ask for things, and I will. Not so much demand, but it's like, well, you know, if you say you're calling me at 10 p.m. and you don't call me till a week later, well, yeah. If you tell me we're going out to dinner and then you don't turn up at the restaurant, well, then you ask me out to dinner again, well, I'm probably not going to believe you, right? So you're requiring consistency. And so the fuckery for you is, how many times do I have to repeat this? I'm not your parent. Like, say what you mean and mean what you say. So now you're like, look, I don't trust you. And this is what the conversation's going to be. You know, you best be respecting me. Look, you've misinterpreted it. Apparently we're partners. But we're going to now have a fight. We're going to now have a bit of conflict because you've been sussing. And I want the transformation. I've changed. I'm not the same girl. So unless you actually come to the table, you might have things going on, but so do I. Yeah, I ain't going to wait forever. You'll regret the day you tested me. So it is, you know, at a foundation level, you are aware. Do I think that when this conversation eventuates, it's going to be grounded? I actually do. I don't think it's going to be a fight. But I feel you're going to be so firm. So very firm. I think your purging is coming prior to this eventuating, and it's so you can unpack it, you can compartmentalize what needs to be, and then you're articulating it. But this person is definitely going to be getting the PDF. I don't think they're taking it incorrectly. I think they're grasping it, but I think it's almost like it's predetermined, predestined. It's like it's supposed to happen this way, so that they're grasping it. Because you're going to be more in detachment over it, that it's like oxygen for you. And so it's just not a negotiable. And that's what I see in your cards. So I do feel by the time you do get to communicate with them, you have unpacked it, but you're still saying it. And you're saying it in the most streamlined way that they're definitely getting the PDF. You're not mad, but they know you're deadly serious. And they freak out. Okay. They freak out in a sense of getting that they're going to lose the best thing that ever happened to them if they don't. Okay. And it's like, well, you better, we go or we go. We go or we go. I hope that makes sense. I hope that lands. If I looked as good as Giggle when I was upset, I look bad. Ooh. I look bad. So yeah, don't worry, Dal. You will be calm by that stage, but you're not articulating it. You're definitely saying it. You're like, oh, but we got to address this. So those of you that are sticking around have the blessing of actually getting advice through this. And sometimes I actually do, if somebody's commented, I respond to you guys. So it's generally not over till the very end. Even though these are super chats, we do drop extra messages and as we go. Next person. I can't even pronounce. I'm bad pronunciation. I can't say it. Pretty woman. I'll call you pretty woman because I think you're a pretty woman. I can speak 2 languages though. That counts, right? Let's see what's coming through with you. Oh, you got some. I'm hearing the term stand tall. Are you working? Don't let anyone talk down to you. There's some situation going on here. We've got the Karmic card showing up in your read. Okay. There's something changing here, but I don't know why I'm saying a work-related dynamic. There could be 2 energies. 2 energies you're currently dealing with. This can be 2 energies, 2 people. We've got the Karmic showing up here. But also, for some reason, I'm seeing almost they're saying to me, don't underestimate yourself, because it's like somebody's talking down to you about something. I'm hearing the term speak up, especially if you're waiting on something good coming to you. It feels like it is. Something's going in your favor. I love listening to the advice, everyone. Oh, I hope so. SHASTA. I'll put this on the screen so you know it's your reading. I hope I've spelt it right. And then I'll come back to Lois's. Okay. Now, if this is a karmic situation, it's going pear-shaped. Okay? That's one. That's one message I've got. The other, they're making reference to, it's either an environment you're currently in that you're needing to speak up. It could be somebody is undermining you. Yeah, somebody's undermining you. If this is work-related, again, it could be the same principle applies, because I'm seeing people around and I'm seeing kind of like, I'm seeing this room, but it feels as though like a post box or something like that, but there's little petitions you're putting paperwork into. This could be that you're filing something, you're getting something together, but again, it could be a work environment, somebody saying something. They're just making reference, don't allow people to undermine you, because I think it's like a rebirth of you that's coming through, and it feels as though there's a change in your attitude and you're sticking up for yourself, especially in your love life. I feel you could be feeling a bit down, like everything is shredding away and changing. There is a new chapter here. I'm also being shown a child, a particular child. This could be your child, somebody else's child. They're making reference to this person. It feels like a boy. There are changes happening with this particular child. You're being very, very cautious of who you tell things to. Okay? Very cautious. If you are dealing with an energy that is in a karmic relationship, Rashta. Yeah. If you're dealing with a situation in a karmic situational ship, this person's getting over it. But so are you. You're sort of like, okay, I'm bored with this. But I just get your vibration really changing. I get that you're getting to a space in your life that you're not taking crap no more. People may get a little bit shocked because you're coming through very harmonious in your vibration, very giving, very empathetic and understanding. And I think something is shifting in that. And I don't think that's bad. I actually think it's quite positive. But there is a shift in a romantic connection. It is quite positive, but you're being very cautious and you want to go slow with things. You want to know whether you want to commit to things. And I think this is point blank, sorry, with love and other areas of your life at this point in time. There's also a friend that you're not trusting, okay? Trust your instincts with that. And be careful who you tell your secrets to, because you have some creative ideas. I feel keep them close to your chest. Oh. Next person is Stella. Hi, Stella. Yeah. Oh, Stella. You know the devil card just popped out, Stella. Oh, God. Stella, are you getting headaches? There is a big third eye activation through you. Wow. Who the hell is thinking of you, woman? That's weird. Who's thinking of you? Have you been getting a headache? It was like instantly the third eye. I mean, I could turn this lamp down a bit, but I don't think it's that. It's definitely... It was friggin' heavy there. Now I can't see myself. I don't like it. Oh, God. Yeah, it was. It could be the karmic as well. I don't know. It's pretty heavy. We'll move the microphone closer, then you can hear me. It's pretty heavy, Stella. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would get drink your fluid, wear tumbaline. Wear tumbaline. If you think of that touch, come back to this moment. There's a lot of psychic attack. You gotta chi your energy, okay? Because that one over there, I think it's siphoning through the karmic to your divine masculine into you. That person's jelly of you. Oh, it's all Stella's fault. You're not even there. Shit. Yeah, everything's my fault. So, see, it's because you're a Libra. I'm telling you, everything's your fault. Everything's your fault. It's like when our kids go, I hate you, Mum. Yeah, it's all my fault. Shit. Okay, then. You know, you're good. You could be up and down, though. Like, you are good. You're in a good place. You're moving forward. But I do feel you are maybe getting psychic downloads that there is a shift coming, and it could be making you feel a little bit frightened in intervals, like anticipation or that everything's going and something new is coming. Something's shifting, though. You could be getting a message coming through. You are getting a bit 3D. It's like maybe you're dealing with people at the moment that are just being, I hate using this word. I hate tagging things, but You're messing with my third eye that bad that it's just got to be simple English. Stupid. You're like, just silliness, silliness. And you're looking at them going, what are you doing? Could this be your twin? It could be. Could this be your kids or friendships? It just, that's how it's coming through. So people could be frustrating. You could be looking at them going, what? Could even be at work. People going the long way around of doing things, and you're like, why are they doing that? Yeah, it could be that too. But it's like, you just think it's foolish. You're trying to keep in your lane, but you feel your situation's different to theirs. It is to a degree. Oh. Yeah, no, because it's coming through. And it's like, well, if it's too hot in the kitchen, get out of the kitchen. And that's what you're looking at. But you're kind of comparing your side to their side. And you're like, but it's not the same. But usually it never is with divine feminine. So you'll find, say, I'll give you an example. If you were in a karmic relationship, it could be very soulmatey and they could be nice and friends. And so you just feel like a horrible person if you were to choose differently because it just doesn't make sense to you. And then on the other side, you can see your masculine potentially, and it can swap whoever it is. This is collective energy as well as a description I'm giving Stella in this instant in her reading. And you could look at your twin and go, oh my God, there's such an, there's a narcissistic energy dynamic going on in that relationship. Why would they stay? Because they have to reach their closure inside it, and it is to do with where they're at and their belief systems. But how they deal with it will be different to how you would deal with it. They're on the surface, they're making out everything as sweet as candy and coconut. But on the internal, both parties want to ditch. Both parties want out, causing a lot of stress. Maybe it was due to children, but the children are growing up. You could be thinking this person is way too soft to leave this, but something is shifting. This person has actually shifted. Being a king does not mean you're a doorstop. It means you can empathize with that person's situation, but you're a king, and they are showing up as a king. It doesn't mean they're going to enable that person forever. There is something to do with retirement. There's something to do with till death do you part energy. But it's also a severing. Like, they know that they'd have to go their separate ways. Do you know, honestly, I don't think it's a huge aspect they're looking at in the karmic path, your twin. I actually think they're just, look, if I walk away with the coat on my back, I'm okay. That's where they're at this week. Very frustrating, very tired. This feeling like I'm just wanting to go to sleep, leave me be. Could it be a bit of depression? It is, but it's like I'm hearing the term you talk too much. So I think this person might nag a lot, control a lot, and they feel really tired. I saw him, he was very, he feels tired. He feels like, it's a little bit like a friendship as well. So when you can actually have an intellectual conversation with somebody and you both aren't triggered at each other, it flows better, right? So in the meantime, while they're over there dealing with something that's really not fitting anymore, the first thing that they do want to do is communicate, but they know they have to deal with it on their side. That's the way it goes. So we have Lois. How you doing, Lois? Moderator Lois and reading. Hi, Ben. So we've got Lois, Dawn, Cha-Cha, and Twin Flame Love Potion. Lois. How's the house going, Lois? You're like, have you been picking up on the karmic? Because there's something coming up with that individual. Oh, look, you've been focused on your side of the path, but I don't know what the heck you've done, but it's actually triggering counterpart side over there. Yeah. What I see is because you are quite focused and in the moment, I do feel the karmic is fighting with your twin. And you're sort of like, I don't believe it. I don't care. But I wouldn't be surprised if you or your daughter pick up on this. There's troubles over there. There's squabbles. They're bringing you up. That's okay, Stella. Take care, doll. There's Didn't you say they moved? Because it feels like it's close. It's either close or this person wants to walk out the bloody door. I'm hearing on your side you can go your own way, but it's nonchalant. It's like if you're here, if you're not, you're not. Like I love you, but it is what it is. There could be more gossip coming through. You will decipher between what's true and what's not. So nobody's going to be able to lie to you. You're just going to know. I'm hearing Casanova. Somebody wants to woo you if they haven't already. There is a wooing going on. Deep down, they are worried. They may know your twin. They may know of your twin or the connection you had. You might have actually explained to this individual previously or most recently. There is a person here that wants to, they're hiding, like they're adult, but there is another person here in the mix that does value you. They do really care about you. Oh, it might be more than one. Maybe they were a little bit wary. They don't know, deep down what their feeling is. I'm appreciating you. I'm pouring into your cup. I want to pour into your cup, but I do get worried, and that's how they're coming through. I do get worried that they feel they know this connection, and they're kind of worried that you will return to this person, even though they know it's been a long time. Yeah. They feel if that person's separated, they're worried about it. Yeah. They're worried about it. But it's a very honest, it's a very honest kind of vibration. I don't think they're projecting it at you, but this person wants to have a connection with you. As to twin, trouble in paradise. Deep trouble in paradise. And it may be because you focus quite heavily on your side of the path. You're going to get some psychic downloads in the next few weeks. I want you to trust your instincts. Something is shifting. You're also going to get your money back in order. I feel if there has been some outlays, especially around house and home, it's like it's coming back to you. Somebody wants you to come back as well. Is that back to work? Somebody wants you to come back. It's like they just mentioned come back. Could that person turn up on your doorstep? Very distinct possibility, especially because there is trouble in paradise. They're thinking of it. But, yeah, definitely issues surrounding a mother-in-law energy. A lot of selfishness going on over there. We are like catalysts for each other's healing. Yeah. Yeah, they know. They do know that. They know you will go. They know. We'll be open this month. So have they asked you to go back to work? Because I just saw them asking you to come back to work. They're like, come back to work. Come on down. Yeah, everyone wants a piece of you. You're going to become very popular, Lois. You're going to be pulled in multiple directions. How's your chickens going? My BFFs, I got chickens as well now, so I'm like Lois, I got chickens. Not as cute as yours, mind you. You got an email from, yeah, because they're like, come back. We need you. You might, but I think it'll be casual. I think it'll just be here and there if you decide to. Could there be a catch up with the group of them? I do think so. I do think so. You're on the fence about it. Anyway, who do we have next? I look at my eye. Oh God, gotta get those glasses, eh? Dawn! How's your vibe, Dawn? Karmic is moody at you, girl. Oof. I heard, come on, baby, light my fire. I'm still seeing the premonition of the kitchen. There is a kiss that is going to occur in the kitchen. I'm telling you, it's coming closer. Yeah, I don't think so. I think too much straining for 7 years looking at a screen, reading print this big. I always had a lazy eye. I need to do the exercises. Yeah, getting old, Ben. I have less kids than you, though, so One was a handful, still is. Okay, so who are we doing? Dawn. Dawn. Oh, I don't know. You're triggering your counterpart. They want you to be around. They don't want you to go anywhere. There's insecurity from the karmic coming up here. They're thinking about, oh my God, seriously? I love you, Dawn. These songs, honest gospel. Whenever Dawn is in the house, she is my karaoke guide. Okay, so especially when it comes closer to her readings, all these songs come through. I'm hearing the Mariah Carey song, and it's Why You're So Obsessed With Me. I'm like, see, I get all these songs, and it's always with Dawn. That's what you get when you're dealing with a Gemini. They like to party. Gemini's like, no, we don't. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Okay, be careful. Okay, you could have a lot on your plate. This person is obsessing about you. You feel in your mind, look, they don't worry too much, especially financially. I think it's going to pan out. Ideas that you have in mind. As to the karmic is up in your grill. The karmic is looking at you. They are fighting about you. She feels you're more than friends. She wants to micromanage the friendship connection. You're very focused on your own path. You think they're an idiot. You're wondering. You're changing. So your attitude towards this is, I'm doing me. I'm honoring myself. You're going through some changes. You might even notice some changes in your dress style. This can even be a desire to change your hair, change, just everything that you're doing. It just feels it's coming through and it's changing. Yeah, karaoke Dawn. So, yeah, again, you've got all these jealous cards. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This bitch, she's fucking jealous. She's like, I don't know. Why do you think they're hovercrafting? And you're like, oh, I'm not important. They left me out in the cold. No, this one over here, even if you are or aren't aspecting, they still look at you at competition because what? You have the power. Okay, you are the magician. You don't realize there's a magnetism between you. There's a magnetic connection. Are they scared of you? Yes, they are. They're very intimidated. So, I mean, look. Nobody can truly take from you what's truly yours. Do you get what I'm saying? So this person, if everything was good in romance land, it's a bit like Tarot land, really. Who's that lovely lady? What's her name? The Ghetto Nun. Big shout out, girl. Love your channel. Move along to Tarot land. I love the way she says that. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. It's like, yeah. So this individual sort of looking at it like, I have to be around. I've got to hovercraft. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. And like, if this person was so solidly into you, They could be in a room full of strippers and it ain't going to matter because they just got eyes for you. Not that I'm saying they wouldn't look, but you know what I mean? They're coming home to you. They're like, yeah, no, sorry, I'm kind of taken. No, but in this case, they're demanding and making statements that they're taking. There's a lot of jealousy here, Dawn. What's happening on your side? You aren't going anywhere. It's making you unattracted to relationships. Oh, Dawn wouldn't be that happy if she was a Scorpio with that energy and that. Oh. Although I probably am a very bad influence on Dawn. I have said if we all ended up at a bar together, we'd be so much trouble. Yeah, we'd be drinking the green juices. Yeah. Like divine feminines. Yeah. Yeah, we'd be drinking the yeah, we won't say. We'll just leave it there. We drink green tea. Only green tea. Yep. You're stuck in your head at the moment. You need to get out of your head. It's blocking it. They're almost saying to me, don't tell her. Something's meant to go down and you're going to be fine. That's all I'm going to tell you. Something's going to go down, but I'm not supposed to tell you. But trust the process. Trust the process. It's nothing that's happening to you. It's happening to your twin, but it's through something you're actioning. It's triggering a change. I'm going to leave it at that because my guides are telling me don't say anything because you could mess it up, Yildiz. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But there's something that is eventuating. This person is getting very jealous of you. They're wanting to spend a lot of time around you. I do think their energy is going to calm down, but they could be a bit moody and telling you what to do. Maduri was made during Saturn and Pisces. Did you know that? Why? Because the absinthe drinker, the green, which was the fairy, comes from the Neptunian energy. So, yes, we will have new beverages coming out. We could have legalization of certain things. I'm speaking in code with both Saturn in Pisces. So don't be surprised if you see that. Charter. Yours is further back. It's a working issue at work. Spot on. Thank you. Yeah, it was like, what is this? Okay, don't stress, honestly. They don't even know what you're made of. You're gonna be fine. Don't underestimate yourself. Could be a pay rise. Play your cards right. In relation to this lovely lady here, I couldn't pronounce your name, so I'll just call you Queen. But yeah, the work-related dynamic. I was seeing the bitchiness. I don't know if there's a promotion in the mix, but I do see a promotion. And I just see you psychically protected. So if they're being nasty, get your guides to come in. It's going to be fine. Cha. And by the way, FYI, everyone, the sale is coming down directly after I finish the live. Maybe an hour or two after. I'll give you a window. And that is on the website. Okay. What are you pausing on doing? What are you pausing on doing here? You're trying to behave, Char. It's not going to happen. Have you been a bit vengeful? You just know. Yeah, but I actually think there's something brewing up here. I don't know. There's a cheeky bit coming out. There's a little bit of cheekiness coming out. But there's also a feeling that you're like, I just need to keep away from people. I might mask them. So there's two things. I do see the vibration shifting for you, though. You've got the star card coming through. I just see this cheekiness. Do I feel you're going to bump into this person? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Quite unexpectedly. They're showing me 3. It could be in the next 3 weeks, 3 hours, 3 months. I'm not saying 3 years. So don't say that, because I'm not saying that at all. In the driveway. That's what I'm hearing. In the driveway. What does that mean? You'll understand on the day. I think she knows some Greek. I can pick up Greek, Arabic. I can speak Turkish, but a lot of the languages are intertwined. Even some other languages, because of the Arabic undertones, which, the text, as Giggle said years ago, was merged in, which was Hebrew predominantly, right? I can pick up other languages. So, yeah, I can understand a little bit of Greek. I can understand Turkish and Rumcha, which is a combination between Turkish and Greek. Yes. And no, it was not my original language. English was. So here we have chart is I'm seeing a driveway. This could be at your mother's house. It could be at yours. I do see your twin. I do see you bumping into the person. I do see you wanting to shake things up and make changes. There's a little bit of anxiousness there. I also feel I'm hearing the term, and your guides are saying you don't need to hide. Okay, you haven't done anything wrong. What I do see in the next few weeks for you is a change in vibration, and that change in vibration is going to be cheeky. Yeah, it is going to be cheeky. Yeah, you're not the one that needs to hide. Okay. Do I feel that they are bored in the situation they're in? Yes, I do. Have they been daydreaming about you? Look out for the sacral chakra energy. Yes. Yes. How do I say it in code? At home. Yeah, that's all I need to say. That's all I need to say. They're not happy at home. They're not happy at home. Cha. My pot. Yeah. Look, a lot of languages you can through body language. Turkish is backwards, so you actually say the sentence in reverse to, like, we would say, I'm going to the shops. In European languages, it's vice versa. To the shops I go. So it's said differently, but it makes sense in that language if you understand what I'm saying. So it's describing and then it's doing. Describe it first, doing it. So it's just a different way of articulating. And it's funny because in the English languages, although we have such a large alphabet, the description, if you were to say the sky is blue, when you're saying it in Turkish language, it has more depth or feel per word. So you could say blue, and they would be in the term that they use. It actually describes the texture, the shape. It's a whole sentence and a word, if that makes sense. So it's just very different. So, Cha, when you start getting sassy, I really do think you're going to snap out of a vibration, and there's a little bit of timid energy at the moment. It's like, I should hide. No, I don't want to be seen. Get out there. Get out there. Be okay with them crossing you. Be okay with them and hold your head high, because I do think something is shifting there, but you don't need to hide. I'm telling you. Are they thinking about you a lot? Yes, they are. Yes. I still don't feel a karmic. I don't. Makes me wonder why I hear them and you could travel, Ben. It might be. Sometimes when we're attracted to a certain energy, we actually end up going there. You know, like a vibrational location. Who do we have next? Twin Flame Love Potion. Is it potion? Yes, I had to. It's my eyes. Most of the European songs are all very romantic, not like Western songs that are all, you did me wrong, I come for you. It's my bleeding heart. It's a very Chris Isaac kind of vibe. It's very, oh God, it's gushy love stuff. European songs are gushy love stuff. And they talk about their mother, their children, the love of their life. Yeah, so it's grossly romantic, but that's Europeans. They wear their heart on their sleeve. Anywho, last but not least, thank you so much, Lois. You've been an absolute gem today. Oh, how you doing, girl? Is it girl or guy? I won't be presumptuous. I'm pretty sure it's... We're thinking girl. Do we need a tag, though? Number 9. That's so cool. Have to check your channel out. I thought so. I was like, it's because you got masculine and feminine coming through. That's why. You're balanced. Okay. What am I saying first before I look at the cards? I still feel somebody's watching you. There could be an offer or something coming up. You're wanting to slow the brakes down. You're wanting, look, can this be romantic connection? Yes, but I don't feel there's going to be a problem there. I feel that's okay. Something is in the flow. Something is mixing. It feels okay. I do get this vibe. However, there are other things going on that you're having to decide, but you need to trust your instincts, because I feel as though you're getting to a space where you're wanting to slow down. There's somebody in the mix that you're not trusting a lot. And so you're intuitively looking at it and saying, okay, and this could be something that's about to happen. So it may not have happened yet, but I feel you're going to know between who's manipulating you and who's not, whether you are dealing with your twin or not. You are, because of that, probably, you have a higher instinctual level with those individuals. Somebody's got the dirt on with you, like they're dirty at you for something. There's a bit of blame that's being projected your way. Again, you may not necessarily know. There is a cycle coming up and it is shifting. It does feel different. I am seeing, I'm just going to tell you what I'm saying. I'm saying marriage and children for you, okay? My karmic ex always. I'm saying a physical marriage and children, okay? If that is not where your vibration is at right now, the question mark is coming up and it's asking you to be open to that, because it's a calmer vibration than what you're currently living right now. But in your mind, you're feeling a 3D circumstance is forever, and it's actually not. There is something of a vibrational shift you're going to move through, but you need to decide, because what you're currently dealing with right now is not the end story. You're going to be married, I'm telling you, because I'm seeing children, and I'm seeing marriage, and I'm seeing a calm home. I do see a change in environment. Even if you own a house, I do see a change of environment. I do feel you're going to be safe, but there is ridding of certain individuals in your life that you're going to move away from. You maybe have forgiven these people many, many times. I'm hearing the term, and I went through this a couple of months back. It was like I had been saying this for shit in several years. Be open, give people another chance. And it was, I finally said to myself, but you can't keep doing that, you can't. At a point in time, it's when is enough enough. And I just, it's not that it can't change, and I'm not saying that at all, but we do have to decipher when enough is enough with the circumstance. And I think this is more in context of circling energies. Something is frustrating you. You might have been bound to a circumstance. That's going to shift too. But I think it's more to do with our aura and what we attract in. So what do I mean by that? There's some sense of a mindset shift that needs to adjust, because I think you're having tunnel vision in relation to some things. And I think once you let go psychologically, doors are opening. My DM's getting... Generally, we're stuck simultaneously. It is because we are tuning into their life and we're feeling they're a victim or they're giving their power away. But then we look at it on our side of the fence and there's something of a mirror happening simultaneously. So when we say the ascension process, generally something's happening simultaneously. And so once we unlock the key on our side, it shifts. And so you effectively do have more power than you think, but it is to do with something that you're needing to shift. You could even be thinking, if I shift locations, will that affect my twin flame path? No, it won't. No, it won't. You can be on another planet, they're going to find you. No, it won't. So don't get scared to make those adjustments. But I do see marriage. I do see children. Could there be more? Yeah, there could be, but I think regardless, where it is where it is. It doesn't mean to say I don't see more children, but the vibration does feel so very different to what you have right now. And I actually don't feel you're in a bad vibe, but I do feel what you're moving towards is totally, it's another planet. It's totally different. I've had a big shift recently, not too bothered about him. It does look like it, but I think it's because you are energetically as well. I think because we always match, love. We always do. Yeah, look, possibly it feels quieter. It does feel a different location. You know, even though the location of where you are right now is not, I wouldn't say terrible. It is a totally different location. This could be a different state. This could be a different suburb. It does feel further away. It feels very protected. It feels more earthy. So could it be a property? It could be a property. It's a different vibration, though. Definitely a different vibration. But I also feel you're making steps. But there's going to be a healthy boundary with particular individuals because you're not putting up with drama. It could be that you're doing certain things at the moment because of shared care or something to that degree. But there's something in the mix here that's bothering you. And I feel if you ask your guides, they're going to help you with it because it's not going to stay. It's not going to stay stuck. Okay? Abundance is coming. Somebody is making a decision. There's a bit of hurt that comes up from time to time, but I think you're moving through it. I do think that vibe's going to go. There's also could be on twin side karmics because there's never one. It could be a family member, a brother, or a sister. Karmic is karmic, right? There are some people that are a little bit insecure of you. But if they were insecure about you back then, they should be more worried about you now because you're different. You're like, you were worried about me back then. I was an angel back then. I was innocent and ignorant. I'm a force to be reckoned with now. And you were worried about me back then? I was a cupcake. Yeah, it feels it's being addressed. Just ask your guides to give you a hand. Because it is. It's really, it's like, let's do it for the kids. But it's like something like that is going on. And it is going to shift. It is going to shift. Anyway, come through and see. Yeah. So ask your guides to come through and hopefully they can guide you through. Stay grounded next 2 weeks can be a bit topsy-turvy for everyone. I may pop in from time to time extra because I do know as we do move into March, it's going to get a bit heavier. So closer to the end of this month, I'll be popping in more regularly on random lives. Separately, we will have the mid-month out soon. So if you haven't subscribed or watched your star signs, go through and take a look, and we will have weekly updates for the Twin Flame Path. If you want to get that content ahead of the crowd, you can actually go through to our YouTube membership and you get them easy a week ahead. So like I said, weekly content, and hopefully, I'm hoping, no promises, I may have an energy update for the collective very soon. So if you like and comment on the videos, it helps us share through the algorithm and we're able to keep this channel going. So thank you for those of you that support us, and I will see you on the other side.